Hey guys, so it has been 2 weeks since I finished the Appalachian Trail, so it's July 15th right now, and I'm going to do a bunch of videos on the clothes, the gear, everything that I used throughout the trail that I got rid of, that I acquired. So I'm just going to start with clothes. Um, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys everything that I started with. And then as I go through it, I'll show you, what I got rid of and then maybe what I had sent back to me as I got further north. So we're just going to start over here on the left. So basically what I hiked in every single day. So you guys can see up top that I did have a hat. And then here's my blue shirt that I got from REI, some of the REI co-op shirts, and didn't get a single hole in it the entire time. And it actually looks pretty good, except for the armpits, which look really gross. But maybe I can get those stains out somehow. I did just have like a normal watch, and I did like having a watch on. And although I didn't do it, my buddy Tinder, he actually every morning would start his timer when we started hiking, and then would stop it when we're done hiking. It was just kind of a fun thing to see, exactly how long we're hiking and how many miles we went. So something to keep you entertained while hiking. Here are the spandex that I wore. These are just the ex officio spandex, which also did not get a single hole in them the entire time. So I highly recommend these. And underneath here are just some Nike running shorts with built-in underwear as well. Also held up like champs. And then I have some Darn Tough socks down here, and these are the quarter inch length ones. And I also had the kind of the shin high ones to start with when I was in the Smokies using the big hiking boots, which I'll get to in a second. But these quarter length ones lasted me all the way from Hot Springs all the way to the end. Have no holes in them whatsoever. They're just about to get some holes in them, but as of now, they're doing great. And you can see down here, these are the gaiters that I had, that actually I picked up in Damascus, Virginia. And these were good for keeping debris out of your shoes. They don't keep water out of your shoes. And actually, when it rained, I usually didn't wear these just because they would kind of get soaked and fall down, and it really did be pointless. The only thing that I didn't like about these, the Velcro on the back kind of started to lose its Velcro like material, and they only come with one Velcro strip, so I had to go buy Velcro and actually like super glue it to the back. And as you can see, sometimes it doesn't hold very well, so a couple times throughout the day I would just have to reapply it to the Velcro on the back. Not a huge deal, but I do recommend these gaiters. And if you remember from my previous gear video before I started, I did have some big like shin high gaiters that I did use for a little bit, pretty much into the Smokies, and I sent them home, but probably weren't needed. These guys would probably be fine for what you need. And then I also have up here, these are my Prana Zion stretch zip pants, which I absolutely love, especially because they zip off and you can turn them into shorts. But once it got warm out, so I think, I want to say around Virginia, I sent those home because they are pretty big and bulky. And from that point on, I was just using shorts. Okay, and then for shoes, I went through 3 pairs. So this is my 3rd pair of the Cascadian 9s from Brooks. And these lasted me from Hanover, New Hampshire, all the way to the end. And you can see the tread's still very good, no holes. I just have to caution everybody that the 10s, I did not meet a single person on the trail that had the 10s and did not have the holes that formed on either side of the shoe. So is this something weird with the design and kind of the material that you would always get holes right here. The 9s work great. 10s not so much, but I do not know anything about the 11s and how they work, but hopefully they fix that. But yeah, very great, awesome shoe. And actually I started with Super Feet, the green insoles in my hiking boots, but once I switched over to the trail runners, I actually just used the insoles that came with the shoes, and they worked fine for me. And here are my hiking boots that I started with. So I used these all the way from the beginning to the end of the Smokies, so probably like 250 or so miles, and they're still in perfect condition. I just wanted these just in case I had some really nasty, snowy, icy weather, which I actually didn't, which I know is pretty rare. And the only thing wear and tear these guys got was, the tops becoming to peel off, which is pretty typical. And then the other piece of shoe wear that I just absolutely loved were these Vivo Barefoot. They're similar material to Crocs, similar weight as Crocs, but as you can see, they go completely over your foot, and you can tighten them, which I think is perfect. So these are great for town. I actually bought them with river fording in mind, but I actually never used them to ford rivers just because I went barefoot. But they would be very great for fording in rivers. But great camp shoe, great town shoe for those guys. Okay, so that's everything I pretty much wore while hiking. Here's my camp outfit or town outfit, or if it remained clean, I would use these for doing laundry. So it's just another REI co-op shirt, and then I have another pair of running shorts with built-in underwear. And then I had an extra pair of the Darn Tough quarter-length socks that I kind of swapped out with these guys. So just 2 pairs of hiking socks that I kept with me. And then over here is kind of my winter gear / sleeping gear. And so this shirt, it's like a long sleeve. It's from Columbia. It has like an Under Armour kind of spandexy kind of fabric. And then over here, it's kind of my wool fleece hat with gloves. And then I have Under Armour spandex, and I have my big fuzzy black socks. And that was pretty much my winter sleeping attire. But once it got a little warmer, I sent this home, these home. I kept these with me the entire time, and I kept my socks with me the entire time, just because I don't like cold feet, and I just thought it'd be good in case I had some freakish cold weather to have a pair of spandex pants. Here's my fleece that I absolutely loved. This is the Patagonia R1 fleece hoodie. And so as you can see, once I open it up here, so it has a hood. It pretty much zips all the way up to your nose. So that's really nice. Yeah, it's just a great hoodie. And, it's perfectly fine when it gets wet, still keeps you warm. So I definitely recommend the Patagonia R1 hoodie. Here's my buff. The buff I had for a little bit. I probably sent this home after the Smokies just because I wasn't using it enough. But buffs are pretty nice if it's really cold to have around your neck or something like that. But I did send this home. This is just a half of a ShamWow that I used to, if I was sleeping in my tent and I had a lot of condensation in my tent, I would just use this to wipe off that condensation. And then here's a handkerchief, just a normal handkerchief, or bandana, I should say. This piece of gear was awesome. Not only for, wiping your nose or whatever, but when I was up in Maine and the bugs started getting really bad, I would actually put this over my head and then put my hat on top of that. And it just kind of kept bugs out of my ears and off of my neck, which would drive me nuts. And also, when you're walking through spider webs, having this around your ears and neck, it just kind of caught a lot of those spider webs, so it wasn't going directly in your eyeballs, which also can drive me nuts. So this was a definite piece of gear that I acquired that I loved. Okay, and then here's my down jacket. This is the Montbell. I actually don't remember what model it is, but it's a Montbell down jacket. And for the most part, I use this just for camp when it was cold. I did wear it occasionally while hiking, but for the most part it was camp only, just because I wanted to make sure I kept it dry in case it was a rainy day and I needed to get dry when I got to camp. And then here's all my rain gear. And so here are my Mac in a Sack rain pants that I used. So I bought these for $25 on Amazon. And for the most part, they did exactly what they needed to. I usually wore them just for wind protection. So when I was in the White Mountains. The only thing I didn't like about them was the bottoms. They don't have any type of elasticity, and the Velcro really sucks. I opened it once and the Velcro just ripped right off. So every time I had to put these on, I needed to take my shoes off, which was kind of a pain in the butt. But for cheap rain pants, wind protection, these guys were great. And they're extremely lightweight, and they, just fit in the bottom of your pack, and you don't even know they're there. And then there's my rain jacket down there, which I believe, yeah, it's a Marmot rain jacket. Pretty common rain jacket on the AT. It's actually one I picked up when I was in Harper's Ferry, just because my other one was pretty old. So this guy's definitely did the job. Okay, so I think that's all the gear that I showed here. This is, again, everything I carried in the very beginning. And so I'm just going to stop the video camera now and then take out everything that I got rid of for the warmer months so you guys can see what was in my pack for the warmer months. And I already just described it, but I want to actually show you. So hold on one second. Okay, here's my summer, what was in my pack during the summer months. So this was pretty much after, I don't know, probably when I was around New York, from New York to New Hampshire, just what was in my bag. So everything that I got rid of is up there. So you can see my rain pants, the boots obviously, the Prana pants, that red spandex shirt, buff, gloves, hat, and everything else you see here is what was in my pack during the summer months. And then once it got a little colder, so once I got to Hanover, before I got to the White Mountains, I pretty much just had my hat, gloves sent back to me, as well as my rain pants. So I kept my those Prana Zion zip-offs. I kept those home, and whenever needed, I just used my spandex pants as pants. So, but that's it. That's all my clothes that I had with me on the Appalachian Trail. And so in a couple days, I'll probably post all of my gear, how it held up, what I can recommend and what I don't recommend. That's it. Hope this helps you guys in planning your future thru hikes. Talk to you later.